What's up, YouTube? I feel like I'm terrible at YouTube. I watch all these guys. There's one guy named Frank James, and he's also an INFJ, and he's so natural on camera. And I'm so not natural on camera. I'm awkward. I try too hard. I don't know how to relate to you out there. And I always feel like I have to have some big, entertaining message that gets me 8 views, 2 views, 0 views. And you know the routine, right? And then, of course, you know, all the usual stuff about, oh, it's because I'm ugly, and, you know, all those things that are true to some degree, and it doesn't matter in some ways, and all the usual stuff. And then, of course, there's the whole thing of what the heck am I going to talk about? And I often feel depressed, and I'm not an extrovert. And I feel like only extroverts are really good on camera. When I don't have anyone watching all this stuff, because I've been doing this, you have to know, for 5-7 years. And when nobody watches, then of course I get depressed. And so I stop for months. And then I watch somebody do something amazing, and then I'm like, okay, I'll do it again. I get inspired for like a week or two, and then nobody watches and all that stuff. So I deal with a lot of insecurities regarding my performance in front of others, in front of audiences, including YouTube, on stage. I think the only time that I don't feel insecure about myself, because I feel like people actually do love it and watch and listen, is when I sing and play music. But I don't want to play music here. I don't want to do that. I don't. It's just one of those things that I rebel against. Like, I don't want to do the thing that people like about me. I want to do the thing that nobody likes about me, and hope that people do like it. Which is part of the INFJ, I guess, problem. I've been resisting for a long time, years, talking about INFJ stuff, because, I don't know, I thought I was better than that, or bigger than that, or more complicated than that, or etc. But I've realized how much my personality, and maybe I'm an INFP, who the heck knows? I've studied this stuff for years and I still have no clue. Sometimes I think I'm an ENFP or an ENFJ. I definitely think that I'm in the NJ kind of column, the intuitive feeler. And I am pretty convinced I'm an introvert. Close enough to an extrovert, but whatever. Introvert is fine. I have no problem with that. So I'm definitely, I would say, an INF. So is it a P or a J, and all the cognitive functions and all that stuff? I think I'm an INFP is what I would guess, only because I do have FI as my top function. FI means intuitive feeler versus the NI, which is the intuitive internal or introverted feeling versus introverted intuitive. I've been dealing with primarily a lot of these same issues everywhere in life. I often feel like I'm not being my true self, and I'm always trying to be my true self. And I think that's a INFJ thing. I don't really know. I'm in these endless search, it seems like, for truth and for meaning in life. And I have all these amazing superpowers where I can see the future, and that is more an INFP thing, meaning where you're kind of metaphysically gifted. You can see the path that others are taking, because my FI meaning my internal values or my internal affirmations, I guess, they rule me. I process everything through how I feel about life. But then my NE goes out to the world and collects data and tries to bring that truth out there. I think that's how NE works. Whereas when I thought I was an INFJ, which was for most of my life, maybe half of my life, maybe the whole Myers-Briggs thing is just rigged. As an INFJ, the NIFE top functions are the opposite. NI, meaning is that I first think about the connections out there, and then the FE, I then bring out those connections out to the real world, which also sounds very close to who I am. But I don't know. I had a friend or someone on one of these videos, maybe if you're watching, maybe you're right. I think he said that I am more of an ENFJ or an ENFP. Maybe I'll read the comment that he left a few months back. So as of now, if this doesn't matter to you about types and all this Myers-Briggs stuff or Enneagram stuff or hexacode, then you can skip this video, as I say, as a cool kid say. But if you're into this stuff, which I am, I'm into it. They say that INFJs and INFPs, we're the ones that are into this stuff the most. I definitely am. I mean, I would say the main thing that I absorb or take in is probably marketing and business stuff. Second, it's probably all this INFJ stuff. And then third, everything else. So I definitely think about this a lot and input a ton of this stuff. I'm a mentor. I love mentoring, coaching. I'm a dreamer, so that's the INFP, the dreamer. The coach is, I forget who the coach is. I have this chart. The mentor. The sage I know is the INFJ. I love to mentor. I probably love to think most. That's probably my top thing that I love to do, is think about life and connections that I make, about, not so much about a specific person, but about, my environment, which again, I think that's an FE thing. No, NI thing, right? No. See, I'm backwards. That's an NE thing, I'm convinced, I believe. I'm not convinced of anything. And I also love to, do I love to be on stage and perform? Not really. I don't love to perform. I put on an act when I'm performing, preaching, teaching, because it's not natural for me to entertain people. I have to work very hard at it. And so therefore I often feel like I'm failing at it because it's not natural for me. When I'm singing or playing music, I'm in my element. I mean, I don't even think of people because I'm so in my element. I feel so confident and skilled, and the feedback is always amazing, and I'm one of a kind. And so it all works together with speaking or preaching. I think that's just something I've learned to do, and learned to kind of, as I said, perform and try to get myself up for it. But I would say one-on-one coaching is maybe my second sweet spot, only to music. If not my first, maybe my second. I just got done with a session an hour ago, and I mean, just this girl was telling me that I changed her life. I don't say those things about myself, but, well, I do say those things about myself, actually. I tell people, I'm going to change your life only if I know them really well, and in a joking way. And then when they say that I change their lives, then I am thankful more than anything. I don't have any pride, need, or issue. I don't think, oh man, look at me. Now, don't get me wrong. I am an Enneagram 3. I'm pretty convinced. Who knows? Maybe I'm a 7 or an 8 or a 4. I think I'm a 3 wing 2, wing 4. No clue. One of those wings. It's a whole thing, a big sham. And like my friend says, just try to be like Jesus. She's probably right. But I can't help it. I love input. I'm a strengths finder. Another test. I'm an input person, like off the charts. Future is, all that stuff. But input. I love to learn. But I love to learn for the sake of teaching. I don't just love to learn to be smart. Well, I do love to learn to be smart. I love to learn to be the best. And that's, I think, the Enneagram 3. The 3 is the achiever, the success-driven, liar, deceiver, image conscious, all that stuff. That's totally me. And so, but I love to teach or to learn so I can teach and pass it on to others. I love making other people succeed. Is that a dream, or is that the INFP, or is that an INFJ or something else? Let me know in the comments below, as a cool kid say. So, am I going to make this channel? I feel like I'm a terrible speaker. I don't enunciate. I don't speak well. I should look at the camera more, huh? I never do. I'm very shy when it comes to looking at people in the eyes. I'm not good at eye contact at all. It makes me feel very awkward. I'm socially very awkward. I think that's the introvert in me. I'm not comfortable at all in front of others, or yeah, I don't like being the center of attention. It's not natural for me. So that's all I've got for now. Will I talk about INFJ stuff more in this channel? I don't know, maybe. It is something that I do think about a lot, and these days especially I'm thinking about it a lot, because I especially think about it in terms of leadership. I want to be the best leader that I can be, and I know that if as a leader I'm not growing, that I'm going to always affect other people negatively. But if I'm growing and learning about myself and all these tools and all this personality stuff, then I'm going to be a healthier leader. Not just, of course, with my wife and children, which is number one, but I think I see it mostly when it comes to my team, my staff, and our team. And so I want to be the best that I can be, because I believe in what we're doing and my cause and the people that I do it with. I love the lions and I call them my lions, my crew, my band of brothers and sisters. I love them, and they want to be they want to be with me, and they want to be around me, and I want to be around them, and we want to change the world through this beautiful little mission that we have, this church. And we believe that we can change the world. And that's very INFJ. You have a band of brothers. They say that Jesus was an INFJ. I don't know. He was perfect, Son of God. But whatever. He had his band of brothers. I'm in a tunnel, so it's a little dark. I'll be out soon. You know how tunnels work. And so that is very INFJ of me. I love a band of brothers. I don't really like being alone. I love people. I love a close group of people. Not just as friends. I love that. But more, I love it to lead them. I don't want to be the follower. I want to be the leader and the influencer. I want to impart my truth, my, I guess, NI, or maybe that's my FI, I don't know, and pass that on to them. And then I want them to carry that virus, that truth, that passion, those values, in our case, to help the poor and help the children and help immigrants to be successful, just to be amazing. And then I want them to do it themselves and to pass that on and just keep multiplying. And I see myself, as I was telling somebody, at the bottom of this funnel versus top down. I really see myself at the bottom of this funnel. I want to impart knowledge and truth and all that, but I want to do it for the sake of them carrying that on and impacting one person, 10, 50, 1,000, whatever it may be. And when my Enneagram gets in there too much, too strongly, and I want to be successful, and I feel like a failure and all that 3 stuff of failure and heart triad, and then I learn from my failures. I have failed so many times. I feel like I'm failing right now in terms of a lot of areas. Physically, I don't feel very fit. I'm not fit. At church, I'm not succeeding yet. And what else? I forget. Oh yeah, YouTube and all this stuff. By the way, I canceled my Facebook and Instagram, everything, Periscope, all that stuff. I only do this now, sort of. And I podcast, so you can check out my podcast at the link below. My website, davidtrigg.com. You can just click on podcast. So that's that. I'm gonna upload this video, and of course I want, I don't know, views, but I don't know, I guess I'll try to be like the cool kids and say it's not about the views, I don't care, and I have, 100 subs? That's what the cool kids call subscribers. I keep saying cool kids because my daughter is one of them, famous YouTubers. She's amazing. I'm not. But yeah, I hope that this finds you well, that you find some value in this process of mine as a 49-year-old INFJ that is trying to be better and be an Enneagram 3. I'm sorry about the shakiness. I'm going to probably do better videos here if I stick with this. And I'm going on a date with my wife.